What's up, guys? I'm randomfrankp, back with episode 207 of Room Tour Project, the series where we show off some of the best setups to give you some ideas and inspirations for your own setup. If you see anything you like, I'll have it all listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out. But we'll kick it off now, episode 207. First, we have the Austomatic. This one with a triple monitor setup, as you can see, with a 2 on the bottom and the massive 49-inch for the overhead. And I like that, white wooden wallpaper he has, really long desk. Let's check it out. So like I said, for that overhead, it is a 49-inch curve from Samsung, and the bottom two monitors are also from Samsung. These are 32 inches at 144 Hz and a 1 millisecond response time, so they're going to be great for gaming. Now we can start to check out some of the peripherals. On the desktop, you can see in some photos his actual desk pad is going to be, flip-flopped and stuff, but we won't focus on that. His keyboard is the Drop Alt. You can see he has the shine-through keycaps on them with the Finalmouse Ninja AIR 58. And for audio, you can see his speakers, the Razer Nomo Chroma. And while not pictured here, they're under the desk. He has the Astro A50 headset. Now you're probably wondering, where is the PC? And this is actually not a PC gaming setup. You can kind of see under his setup on the shelf, he has his 15.4-inch MacBook Pro. This is the i7 with the Retina display, and this is also primarily a console setup as well as his Xbox One. But I don't know, what he can do in terms of gaming on the MacBook. I've never tried it, so maybe he has it partitioned so he can game on the PC side. I don't know, but he's got all the PC gear. He's got the really nice setup. So whether he's, a casual gamer, a hardcore gamer, it really doesn't matter. If this is his gaming setup, he pulled it off nicely, regardless of gaming just on console or the MacBook Pro. Again, it doesn't matter. It's about the setup, and it's pulled off real nicely. Next up is Cameron, and I love the whole aesthetic here. You can see between the wallpaper, that print above the setup, he's got this waves kind of thing going on. And I love the colors as well, with the oranges and the blues. It all blends together really, really nicely. So for those monitors, his primary mounted is a Pixo PX7. It's 1440p, 144 Hz. And then on the left side, the vertical monitor is a 24-inch from Acer. Now, for his peripherals, his keyboard is the Magic Force 68 Smart 2. Got some gray keycaps on there as well to kind of complement the white, with Logitech G305 Lightspeed mouse in white as well. And for audio, he has both the Beyerdynamic DT770 Pro headphones and the HyperX Cloud 2 headset. So you can kind of switch them up depending on whether he's gaming or listening to some music, hanging out, that kind of thing. Then over on the right side of the desk is the PC with the side panel facing forward so we can see what it's got going on. Inside the Ryzen 5 3600X CPU with the Arctic Freezer 34 Esports Duo Cooler. We have 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro RAM on an MSI B450 Tomahawk Max motherboard and an MSI RTX 2070 Super Ventus OC GPU with the Fractal Meshify C case, and again the colors inside all going nice and blue. Definitely a clean build, so good job on that. And altogether, like I said before, I just love how everything flows and blends here. A little bit of ivy on top of the PC as well, but the orange and blues, it looks so good mixed together. Whether that's a light strip going up the side of your wall there, can't really tell, but it adds a bit of nice, of an accent piece. You nailed it, Cameron. Now we have Cray 23, and guess what? When it comes to being minimal and clean, you got it. This is definitely Cray. Aha, see what I did? All right, let's all just delete that. So, checking it out, I love that wooden desk. You can see that is natural, real wood, gorgeous. Got the nice balcony there, nice view. It's all about the naturalness, which this has. Wooden desk, ambient lighting, top-notch stuff. For the monitor, it was a 34-inch Alienware ultra-wide, nice rain meter wallpaper as well. And for the peripherals, it's not all shown here, but I can tell you right now, it's some top-notch gear. You can see for audio, he has the Woo Audio WA7 Fireflies Tube headphone amp with the Bowers & Wilkins MM1 speakers. And always love seeing a custom keyboard. This is the Fjell. It's got 67-gram Telios V1 switches. That's GMK Metaverse keycaps. A marble wrist rest. It all just looks super nice. And for the mouse, Logitech G Pro Wireless. And as we usually see with really nice minimal setups, we also have a small form factor PC. This is the Streamcom DA2. Inside is an AMD Ryzen 3700X with the Thermalright AXP 100 cooler, 32 gigs of Corsair Vengeance LPX RAM on a Gigabyte X570i Aorus Pro ITX motherboard with an EVGA GTX 1070 graphics card. So man, what a killer setup. This is definitely Cray, as I cringingly said before. But I gotta point out the unicycle there. That might be a first. I don't think we've ever had anyone on here own a unicycle. So Cray, good job all around. This setup is awesome. I love it. It's minimal, got that natural vibe, but also very classy at the same time. I think it's that lamp. I think my grandparents have that lamp, but I'm feeling it because it blends in and it works really well here. Next up is Coby D. Shout out to the Mamba, RIP. And this is one of those crazy setups that goes 100% to the wall with dedication of the theme. I love all the collectibles, all the figures, the prints, everything in this setup. Because you know, at the end of the day, you want your setup to reflect yourself, your passions, your hobbies, because it's what you're surrounded by 24/7, right? So when you see setups like this that have all that, it got to make you feel good. So for his displays, he's rocking the TIE Fighter setup, as I call it, with the primary being a BenQ 27-inch, and the two vertical ones on each side are a NEC multi-sync. They are 24 inches, and I never heard of them. And I gotta say, shout out for a lot of the DIY here, because the desk and this monitor riser are all completely homemade, and just that stain on the wood, it looks really nice. Complements the actual wood on the desk as well. Now down to the peripherals, these are actually both from Rack, and as far as I know, if that's how you pronounce it, they are a peripheral company overseas, primarily in the Philippines, I believe I was told. But the keyboard is the Rack Lam Ang Pro and the Rock Captain mouse. Could be butchering it, I apologize. And a nice wooden wrist rest, again to complement all the other wooden accents on the setup. But as a duo, the mouse and keyboard looks pretty dang nice. Now over to the PC. This is the TechWare Alpha MTG case. Inside's a Ryzen 5 3600 CPU with an ID Cooling SE214L Snow Edition cooler, 16 gigs of T-Force RGB Delta RAM, and an ASRock B450M Steel Legend motherboard with an Asus Strix GTX 1070 graphics card, yellow and blue on the inside. Going along with that kind of like, I don't know, I get like a lightning feel when I see yellow and blue. Pulled off greatly. And take a look at that cable management, hot damn. You know, with a DIY desk, he probably factored that in, so he built that shelf underneath so he can have the power bricks and the cables. So good job on the execution, because this is a hell of a nice looking desk and a hell of a nice looking room, Coby. Good job. RGB light strip behind the desk, under the shelves, collectibles out the wazoo. And I wanted to take a second, if you're still watching, to say I hope you're all, staying safe out there. If you are, if you're washing your hands, give this video a thumbs up so we can bump and boost that engagement in the YouTube algorithm, because it's the devil. And then last but not least is another great job of a setup when it comes to getting the most out of your space, even if it's very, very limited. And that's exactly what we have here. This is a really nice setup underneath a bunk bed, and as you can see, in a super small cramped room. So no limitations, nothing we're gonna keep and hold him back, and that's what I love seeing. He's even got the Samsung 49-inch ultra-wide monitor under that bed, and yeah, come on, that takes some cojones. Nothing's gonna hold him back. So checking out the peripherals on his desk, he has the Razer Huntsman keyboard with the Razer Basilisk mouse, and for audio to kind of like extend his desktop real estate, he has the speaker stands built out to actually support his speakers, the Audio Engine A5 Plus, and then he also has the ATH M50X headphones from Sennheiser held up, kind of like on a peg underneath the bunk bed. You can see there in the top left-hand corner of your screen. Very well thought out all around. Now we can head into the PC. Inside here, and I gotta make a note real quick, this is the Ryzen 7 2700X. And I remember even like a year ago, everything was all Intel CPUs in these gaming PCs. Now every CPU we're seeing is Ryzen, so good job AMD. But yeah, NZXT Kraken X72 AIO to keep that nice and cool, 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro RAM on Gigabyte X470 Aorus Gaming 7 motherboard with a Zotac GTX 1070 Ti inside the Fantex Evolve X case on the bottom of the desk off to the left side there. So yeah, I've said it before, but just absolutely phenomenal job. This should give anybody inspiration, which is the whole point of this series. If you also have a very small room or a cramped space, there's no reason to be held back. Get creative and don't let your dreams become dreams. Just do it. And this episode of Room Tour Project is brought to you by Corsair and the K95 RGB Platinum XT keyboard. This 2020 release is going to give us now a brand new wrist rest, all the same features you loved from before, plus an integration with their Stream Deck software with those 6 macro keys, allowing you to do certain things while streaming and have all those commands tied together. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link for you in the description down below. Alright guys, that'll wrap it up for episode 207 of Room Tour Project. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget, if you saw anything you like, I'll have it listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out, as well as some very simple instructions on how to submit your setup if you want to be possibly considered being a future episode of Room Tour Project. Just check the description down below for it all. But if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp, and last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day.